Hi there, and welcome back to my garden. In this gardening video, we are going to train a new generation of gardeners. In order to do so, the tasks that we give to the new gardeners have to be easy enough so that they can carry these out and that they would see the immediate benefits of doing the gardening activity. As well, there has to be a tiny treat in the end. So we are going to walk into a blueberry forest as well as the nearby beach. Let's get started. And we start with a glimpse to the gardener's car. This is always full of some plants, and this time it's junipers, which leads us straight to the first kid-friendly gardening activity, which is digging holes. And please meet my powerhouse, tiny little garden helper, Henry. He's already a professional when it comes to digging holes. He's had some fair amount of practice on my land at least. I think kids just like to dig some holes, as it allows them to show their power and they get a visible result out of that. As we finished the planting activities so late in the night, we only started to clean up the mess the next morning, which leads us to our gardening activity number 2, riding a tractor. Oh, that's fun, especially when you can ride through the whole property and reach the far end part where you can dump all of this soil under the birch trees to form the basis for the new flower bed. Oh look, this riding the tractor activity also included some shoveling. Anyway, let's move on to the next activity, which is making a bonfire. Obviously, all kids like bonfire, and why shouldn't they? Here, we are teaching our next generation gardener how to add the material little by little. I'm not sure if this is necessary to add here, that please always be together with your kids when you do such activities in the garden. It is obvious, but just in case, I'm also reminding it here. Woohoo! Moving on to activity number 4, which is transplanting the poppy flowers. Well, it actually can be any flowers, but in our case, these were poppies. So first, I have removed all the poppy flowers that have been self-propagating here since last autumn. And then we are going to plant some junipers. And then we are going to mulch the whole area. Our cute little helper went to water the arborvitae trees. He's doing good. Back and forth. I think everyone would agree that if there is one single gardening activity that any kid would love to do, it is watering. And not particularly watering plants, watering anything, because it's just so much fun to play around with the water. This one should be pink. And while I was trying to prepare this flower bed for the planting and mulching activity, it started to rain like crazy. So the water was not coming out only from the garden hose, but as well from the sky. But my little garden helper did not give up. He had a task to water the arborvitae hedge, going back and forth, and he was determined to finish this. What a dedicated helper. Alright, moving on to activity number 6, which is cutting the edges or fertilizing the flower beds. We are now spreading some fertilizer, which is like a compost-based fertilizer, and then we are spreading some mulch. Here in the background, we have already laid some cardboards. So we are continuing with activity number 7, which is picking the berries. And here it is really important to let the kids know why should they do that. And the correct answer here is making the jam for the pancakes. Yummy! Yoo-hoo! Here's another one that requires a lot of strength and power. Just the right gardening activity for my little garden helper. And this is rolling the stones to fence the fireplace. Look how pretty this looks now. Super! And we are now getting to the last activities that I would like to recommend. And activity number 9 is raking and preparing the land for sowing some seeds. Please pay attention of the method of our tiny little gardener. He has his own way of doing the raking activity, and we should not stop him because this is how he likes it. And that's the grass seed that we are going to sow. Look how we are even using the tiniest rake to get every single stone out of the land. Woohoo! And we are ready for the grand task number 10, which is sowing the grass seeds and rolling it in. Here we use the flower grass, and again, look how the young generation has their own method of distributing the seed in a spiral. Could be pretty equal spread. Thanks so much, Henry, for bringing some innovation here. That was a lot of fun. And once the original seed was put down, we also decided to add some flower seeds because I didn't have any flower beds to put them on anyway, so we thought they would be a good addition. Then raking everything in, and it's time to roll it in. Look how our tiny little garden helper is rolling like a boss. And don't forget to do the happy dance. Woo! Thank you so much, Henry, for demonstrating all these 10 fun gardening activities. And here we have approached the blueberry forest, where we can see quite a bit of berries. Some branches are really full. And of course, they are so much more tinier than the store-bought ones. But also they are so much more sweeter. Here, finally walking to the beach and admiring some of the summer flowers. It was such a calm evening in the beach, regardless of the fact that there actually was a little bit of gust wind from the sea. This ringlet butterfly is not very common in Estonia, at least I haven't seen this before. And this is how the local beach flora looks like. With this tiny little pink flower being an excellent material for a sweet tea. It's called Breckland thyme. And here my mom is assembling a tiny little bouquet from the wildflowers. Finally, we are walking back to home, and here we can present the tiny little garden helper who is so done for the day. What a busy day it was. Thank you so much, Henry, for demonstrating all of these fun gardening activities. Please let me know in the comments what kind of activities your kids like to do in the garden, and if you are having any troubles in motivating them. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. Take care.